That is how our lineup is going to look for Moto number 1 tomorrow for ski ladies. That was a fun qualifying session. Hey, tell you what, we're going to be back with the big boys right after this. Fantastic places to get to play this year, but we've got an even more fantastic lineup coming at us for 2020. Here is a bit of a teaser on just one of the stops that we're going to see next year. All right, here's our runabout lineup. This is going to be the GP1 class runabout, and we have got a big class. We came into this weekend with 27. We were going to have to do qualifying, but fortunately or unfortunately, depending on what boat number you're on, some of the boats weren't able to make it to the line, so that is going to give us the opportunity to run without these qualifiers. Your defending world champion, that is Jeremy Perez, as he gets ready to make his run and get into an opportunity here to get onto the pole for tomorrow's motos. Taking a look out at that very young phenom from Sweden, that is you guys have got to know Johan Johansson if you've been around racing for more than 22 minutes. Johan Johansson on boat number 84 from Sweden's raced for years, and that is his son, Samuel Johansson, who is actually now officially taller than his dad. And Sam Johansson's had an insanely good year this year. Let's talk a little bit about where he's ended up. He's going to be in fourth right now with 93 points. Who is going to be the champion? Lock and load, you guys. This is one of the closest runabout classes for the final that I've seen in the last 3 years here, and we are all going to smash it out at the Grand Prix of Sharjah. You are watching the runabout Q1. 15 minutes is going to be how it's going to go, and what an insane series of events. As we came out of China, it was Poland and the Black Shadows team that was at the top of the points leaderboard, and that was with their Polish champion Andrzej Wisniewski, who had an incredible weekend, and he is currently in this point lead with 104 points in first. But listen to how close this is. Yusuf Abdulrazak is in second with 97 points, but he's got a gentleman right there with him tied, and that's Rashid Al Tayer from the UAE, also with 97 points. And then right behind them is Marcus Jorgensen with 93 points. And then right behind that is Samuel Johansson in fourth, tied with 93 points. And then right behind him is your defending world champion with 87 points. That's Jeremy Perez. That's how runabout's looking. Anton Pankratov is actually tied, or excuse me, he's 1 point away from Jeremy Perez, and he's got 86 points. So it's anybody's game here. And you can imagine that of all of the pressure cookers, this has probably been one of the biggest, the runabout division down in the pits this week as they've been getting these boats ready. Let's talk a little bit about injuries as well. You've got boat number 7 who got injured a couple of weeks ago in a scooter accident, had problems with his foot, had a cast on his foot, came back and took that win. Yosef Abdul Razak also with a wreck a couple of weeks ago, and that shoulder that he just got surgery on is now dislocated again, so he's going to have to play smart this weekend since he's in the points. Looks like he's adjusting his protective boots here as they get ready. Sam Johansson on this top list, no injuries. Andres Wisniewski, no injuries. And Rashid Altair has only had injuries to the boat. But Rashid is actually looking very strong, too. Jeremy Perez lost a crankshaft at his last race. So, again, his only injuries were that. All right, we're on the clock, 18 seconds in. And we get the chance now to see what the runabout track looks like. Oh, also you get a chance to see the starting grid. Can you see those big 3 buoys? It's just a little bit, it's mid-screen now. Those big 3 buoys, the green, yellow, and red buoys. That's the starter indicator. We are going to be doing a running start tomorrow. And there's Jorgensen as we get started. Jorgensen, prior to China, was actually the points leader. Listen to his run. He had a 6.7 in Portimao. And then in Olbia, he rocked it. He had a 3.2 finish. The problem was the DNFs. And then Qingdao, he actually had 2.0, just a total DNF in Qingdao's, unfortunately. And these guys are only running 2 motos versus the ski who are running 3. Jorgensen aboard that signature number 7. 25, born in Copenhagen. I think he still lives in Miami. Moved down to Florida. His parents were down in Florida. He's actually in the motocross business, and he works at a motorsports center. And let's see, as these guys come through, you're watching boat number 2. That's Pankratov. Or excuse me, Pankratov is 76. Alexander Kabatov is boat number 2. Kabatov had a DNF in Portimao, which really hurt him, and then a DNS also in Portimao. Had a 14-13 finish. He's currently 22nd, but don't let the numbers this year fool you. This gentleman from Russia is a great rider. 2018, he got a 10th place finish in Gallipoli, Porto Cesario, got a 5th place in 2017. He was European champion. He rides for Team Russ Rockets. Currently lives in St. Petersburg. So Alexander Kabatov on boat number 2. All right, let's take a look. We talked about the gentleman that was in that tied position, that Sam Johansson. On boat number 4, just came in with a 158.90. That's boat 4, Sam Johansson. And then Rasmus Hansen on boat number 78 just came in with a 2nd place, 2.0062. Anthony Radatek on boat number 22 with a 2.1497 in 5th. Miranda Molina in 4th with a 2:01.45. Hansen still in 3rd. Jensen, who has come back to join us, is in 7th with a 2:17.33. And in 9th place, it is boat number 88. And that is Ling Wanfu from China. 5 riders over here from China this weekend, which is pretty darn cool. Highest number of riders from China that we've had that have been visiting us outside of that stop in Qingdao that we had just a couple of weeks ago. And there's Johansson as he takes a quick break in between these laps. 4.5 minutes are on the clock. And while he was on the top of it, it did stay there. It's 150.14. That just got laid down by Jeremy Perez. And Anton Pankratoff on boat number 76 with a 158.69. Just came in second. With third is going to be Sam Johansson with a 158.90. And check this, his dad just came in right behind him in fourth with a 159.09 in fourth. So it's JJ Day. Sam Johansson in third and Johan Johansson in fourth. Andres Wisniewski is in fifth with a 159.79. Rasmus Hansen on a boat number 78 with a 2.0062 is in sixth. And Molina with a 201.45 in seventh. Lorenzo Benalia in eighth with a 201.97. Mateo Fracasso with a 2.0267 is in ninth place. The gentleman that is riding for, or has actually got Kiazis. Georgi Kasha's hull that he's riding. And then Lino Araujo is in 10th place at the moment with a 209.07. Brandau's right in it. He's just out of it. He's got a 209.73. Boat number 33 just moved into qualifying. That's Chen Shan from China. Again, Jeremy Perez leading with a 150.14. Yosef Abdul Razak just hit the board, a 152.23, putting him in second place. Jeremy Perez still leading with a 150.14. And Christoph Agostino, the gentleman that you see on your screen, is currently in 20th with a 218.97. Christoph Agostino in 11th place on the World Tour. Okay, Jeremy Perez, a 150.14 for lap one. We've got 6:45 on the clock. Yosef Abdul Razak with a 152.23 in second. Anton Pankratoff on boat number 76 with a 158.69 is in third. Sam Johansson of the 158.90 is in fourth. Jeremy Perez still holding this with that 150.14. Yosef Abdul Razak, despite that dislocated shoulder, and man, if you saw the x-rays on that, it was ugly. He is in second place, the 152.23. Marcus Jorgensen just jumped into third with a 154.62. Anton Pankratoff in fourth with a 158.69. This is a brouhaha. It'll be very interesting to see how this ends up. Perez, Abdul Razak, Jorgensen, Pankratoff, Sam Johansson, and Johan Johansson, Andres Wisniewski, and Miranda Molina. Rasmus Hansen in ninth. Lorenzo Benalia just jumped into 10th. Lino Araujo just on the bubble right now at a 202.18. He's in 11th. And Mateo Fracasso, who was right there earlier, now back in 12th with a 202.67. And Anton Kabatov in 13th with a 205.05. So the gentleman on the bubble, Lorenzo Benalia at 201.97. So you've got to get in the 200s or you are out of that top 10 run. We have 8.5 minutes in on this. Darius is talking about all the Polish riders. Well, I think there's a lot actually to talk about. I see Carlos Zurens has joined us. Great to have you here. And Jan Rundgren also, good luck to Team Johansson. But yes, Andres Wisniewski is currently leading, and that is the Black Shadows team. And Andres Wisniewski is a multiple Polish champion. And he's been in the money more than once on here, but this is the first time that I've seen him in the points lead in the last 3 years. It is great to have him diving out there. The gentleman that we have on the screen is Lino Araujo, and he is in 10th place with a 2.0090. And Lino, by the way, is Portugal. Just going to pull up some numbers for you guys as we talk about. Lino was 12th on the UIM Euro Penafil in 2019, and I got a 4th place finish on the UIM Euro Zagreb stop. And there is Jorgensen as he dives into that turn. That looks like the horseshoe on the right-hand side of the track as we have 10 minutes and 20 seconds on the clock. Perez leading, Abdulrazak second, Jorgensen third, Pankratov fourth, Molina fifth, Sam Johansson at sixth. And then Andres Wisniewski is in 8th place. Hansen in 9th. Lino Aruja in 10th place. Capitan now on that bubble. Let's take a look where Lorenzo Finale ended up. He's back in 12th right now with a, he's dropping. They had 13th with a 2:01.97. So really the magic number is you've got to be no slower than 2.0062, because that's what Rasmus Hansen has on the board right now. Wisniewski in 8th. That's your current point leader. In 9th, went that quick from 8th to 9th, 1:59.79. So he has got to pick that pace back up. Perez, Abdulrazak, Jorgensen, Fracasso has jumped up into the top 5. 1:54.86. Sam Johansson with a 1:55.97. And you are watching the qualifying here with 3 minutes left on the clock, and that is Andrea Dominguez. Young lady out there racing with the men in the GP1 class. Dominguez right now back in 22nd. She's got a 2:28.01 currently on the clock. But again, remember, this is her very first year out here racing in the runabout class on the UIM AVP Aquabike World Championship Tour. You're watching the finale, by the way. This is the Grand Prix of Sharjah, our final race of the year. And we got a heck of a lineup for you next year, to include Kuwait, which should be coming at us in February. 2.5 minutes left on the clock for this first GP. Q1, that's what you're watching. Q2 is going to be 10 minutes, just like the rest of the classes we saw today. And we will only be inviting out the top 10 right now. Lino Aruja is on the bubble of that. He has got to break. He's got to break under 2.0062 to steal that spot back from Mr. Hansen. Meanwhile, Jorgensen with the 1:50.04 knocked Jeremy Perez off of that top spot by 1/100th of a second. So Jorgensen leading, and you've got to imagine he is pretty hungry despite that foot injury. He was in the lead going into China and then had that route stolen, as they so often do. And that was actually stolen by Andres Wisniewski. Some great finishes. And if you got a chance to read any of the great news coverage that we had on the website, and I invite you to do that, some really good write-ups. One of those is that we broke history in 2019 in Qingdao, China, with Isahai Hajime on boat number 81, who took that win. First Japanese rider to do so, and he was actually on stage 2 weeks ago to take another win before his boat broke, taking him out of that competition. And sad not to see him here this afternoon. Less than a minute to go, and it's Jorgensen in firm control of the fastest time, 1:50.04. Jeremy Perez with a 1:50.14 in second. Abdulrazak in third with a 1:52.23. Fracasso in fourth with a 1:54.86. Looking back past that 10th place spot, some of the riders that are doing well in their points. Martin Al-Haj actually is just started with us on the tour. He's in 23rd currently with a 2.31. Rashid Al-Tayer, who is in these points, has got a 24th spot. He's out of it at the moment, 2.4183, and that was on his first lap. Yeah, and Wisniewski on the bubble as well, or close to. He's a little slow. He's got a 1.5979. He's in 10th. He needs to be cautious there as we finish out. We've still got a lot of riders coming through for times. So Wisniewski's got to hope that not too many riders bump him out. He's in 9th place with a 1.5979. Hansen on the 10th place spot with a 2.0062. And a lot of these guys coming through. To include the gentleman that you're watching, our Chinese rider, Ling Wanfu, who looks like he's got a pretty darn good time. He's posting here. Let's see what happens as he comes out of that outside split. He too is going to pick up. There's that horseshoe turn that I've been talking about. And goes into this tiny front stretch. Let's see if that moves him up. Not going to be able to break into the top 10. He had a 2.08989 on that one. Jorgensen still holding on to it as our riders come through. 1.5004 is the time to beat if you want to be at the top of this qualifying time. That looked like a good run. That was Rasmus Hansen, but he nose stabbed it just slightly. Let's see if he's able to convert this despite that little nose stab just coming out of the splits. You're watching Hansen, Rasmus Hansen, as he comes through. This is his front stretch, and on the clock, Hansen 2.0187 on that time. His best time was a 2.0062, and that's still enough to push him into 10th. So he's still in, and you can hear it starting to come down from the big roar. Jorgensen still leading, Perez second, Abdulrazak third, Sam Johansson fourth, Fracasso in fifth, Molina in sixth, Pankratov in seventh, Johansson in eighth, Wisniewski in ninth, and Rasmus Hansen in 10th. And let me just look out over the course really quick, but I don't see, yes I do, there's two more riders coming through. Boat number 21. That's actually Yu Dezhi from China. Again, 3 riders from China in our runabout class. And he did not look like he was on the pace. So Bogdan Benko is on the feed. Thanks so much for saying that. Good to have you here, sir. Mary Kay Nerha. Ah, yeah, Vamos Molina. Well, he must have been listening to you, Mary. He is actually in qualifying and in a good spot. Molina in 6th place, so good for you for cheering him on. Julietta Brandau is out there saying hi, and I see Skinny Mo also signed in. Hey, how you doing, Skinny Mo? Rafael Kaur cheering for Wisniewski, who's in the qualifying. He's in 9th. Darius, hilarious. Kitseda Darashorn has actually joined us as well. Shout out to all of you for watching this first qualifier, and there it's a really cool close-up of gentleman I was talking about, Sam Johansson. That is Johan Johansson's son, and he's really been a lot of fun to watch. Very first moto that I saw him in last year, he took a 2nd place. That is Sam Johansson on boat number 4, and he is in 4th in the qualifying. We're gonna get these guys back out in Q2, and you can see the body expression from Marcus Jorgensen. Marcus, by the way, definitely has a shot of taking this win as well, and it would be his first world title in the Runabout GP on the UIM ABP Aquabike. World Championship Tour, and he actually was sharing a little bit with me about how much this would mean to him, and it's been the one thing that's really eluded him over the years. So Jorgensen has set some big goals this year. Sam Johansson, you're seeing up on that screen, and Wisniewski, the gentleman riding for the Black Shadows racing team, also there on boat number 24. Or excuse me, 25, and there is boat number 14. That's the other rider, I think, that you guys have been talking about from Poland, and that is Konrad Robel on boat number 14. Okay, well, we will re-rack these guys and bring them right back to you. And I see Phil Pope actually just joined us. Hey, Phil. Yeah, the stand-ups just went, both of them actually. So we did both the men's and the women's. And just so you guys know, once they post the schedules like this, and you can check them, you can go right to aquabike.net and actually check the schedule for the weekend, but I'll also give that to you. We're going to be running the whole weekend just like this. It's going to be ski division first, and then the ski ladies GP1, and then runabout, and then freestyle. That'll be how the week goes for the Grand Prix of Sharjah, just FYI. And yeah, the stand-ups already went. All right, we're going to bring our top 10 back out, ones we have identified to you earlier. And Jorgensen with that fastest time. 10 minutes for this Q2. Breaking up the water. That'll be what this first lap is all about. And then once we break it up, get that wave all the way through there so it's even, then they're going to fire up this next 10 minutes. I gotta tell you, I am so impressed with the gentleman riding with the double aces on the side of his boat. That's Yosef Abdul Razak. He went through 2 surgeries this year in between the races of Italy, so we had a Portimao stop and then a stop in Olbia, and then Yosef actually went into surgery right after that, 2 of them, to work on his shoulder, and then healed, went to China, had a minor challenge, and then went to a race a couple of weeks ago and did a full-on dislocation, and yet he is back on the water. We were back in the media center as we were getting prepped for this weekend, and on everybody's mind was what's going to be the theme for this weekend, and I think consistency and just don't break, but it's going to be all about consistency. That is what is going to take these guys to the top of the podium, because the points are incredibly close. 18 points separating 7 riders. And speaking of 7, there is lucky number 7. Unless you're playing craps in Las Vegas, and not so lucky. But for Jorgensen, it's been very lucky. And he is getting ready for the lights to go green, and then we'll start off this next queue. It's said mostly sunny today, but we've had some overcast skies this afternoon. You can see the flat water conditions. Definitely affects these guys when they're not able to see quite as easily, and that flat water could get tricky because they really can't tell the depth. They lose a lot of depth perception. Hasn't been much of a factor yet. The waves aren't too bad on the back end. We're in the Khalid Lagoon. And if you can imagine, so you can see where the boats are actually coming to, right behind that big finish buoy is a long lane, and that is this big promenade, if you will, where all the hotels are, and it's an incredibly beautiful area of Sharjah. So we're in plain view. If you're driving down the road commuting to work, we would be in plain view of you, and there's actually a beautiful reverse shot. You can see the Hilton, who has been one of our host hotels, and right up on that area where the tents are is our media center. We have media representing this weekend from Russia, and we have tons of media around the UAE this weekend. In fact, we're broadcasting live in for Sharjah TV even as we speak. So they have a big coverage here in Sharjah for the event. These guys have a massive presence, and they even set up a huge news area, and they broadcast to TV as well. So it's pretty massive. And then on top of that, we actually will shoot all of these visuals, not just on Facebook, but they televise as well. All right, so there's a bit of the background on coverage. Let's get rolling. 46 seconds in to Q2, and you get the opportunity to watch Yusuf Abdulrazak. Prior to last year, 4 wins, 4 world titles, was wanting to make it 5, and then that hope was dashed by that mad Frenchman, Jeremy Perez, in 2018. Now, Jeremy comes into this as your defending world champion, and you would have thought on this final round that he would be right up there in that first, second, or third spot, but he actually dropped back a little bit after a crankshaft mishap in Qingdao. That was just part of his challenges, and he came out of that -2 points, putting him down to 87 points in 6th place. Meanwhile, this gentleman from Sweden on boat number 4, that's Sam Johansson. And what a coinkydink, because boat number 4 is exactly the position he's in, 4th place with 98 points. And he's tied with Marcus Jorgensen for that 4th place spot, and you can hear the roar as these guys fire it up. No time's up yet as they get going. 1.5 minutes. Yeah, 1.5. All right, fine. 2 minutes on the clock. Blah, blah, blah. And there's Sam. Oh, no, that's a true ambassador. Andres Wisniewski actually moved over. He saw that he had the run going, so actually gave him that inside line so Sam could make the run through. Sam didn't like it, though, and just backed off. Yusuf Abdulrazak is on a run. Let's see if he holds to it. Strategy, strategy, strategy. Got to find some clean water and then hug a throttle. Oh, man, I could just see the shoulder. It's his left shoulder, by the way. We were talking to him a little bit in the interview. It was like, are you favoring that at all? And he goes, well, not during the race, no. All right, here's your first time. Sam Johansson with a 1:49.19. Second is going to be Rasmus Hansen with a 1:50.19. Those are your first 2 times out as we have 3 minutes in. It's 10 minutes only for this. 2:46. So they're going to have 3 laps. Johansson with a 2:06.08 in third at the moment. Let's see what happens when our Zain Finance Kuwait rider comes through. Yusuf Abdulrazak. Aw, Giorgio Bonfilias to all the riders. Enjoy the last race of the year. What a beautiful saying. Thank you, sir. And I agree. Ranjana Mishra says, amazing. Oh, we haven't seen nothing yet. We're ready to go here. Whoa, Jeremy Perez launched to the top, 1:41.83. That is the fastest time in runabout thus far. 1:41.83, better than Q1 for our fastest lap time. And 1:44.40 is Marcus Jorgensen for second. Let's see what Abdulrazak comes in at a 1:44.21, putting him in second. Marcus Jorgensen in third with a 1:44.40. Matea Fracasso with a 1:45.39 in fourth. And Miranda Molina is in fifth with a 1:48.63. Sam Johansson in sixth with a 1:49.19. Rasmus Hansen in seventh with a 1:50.19. Anton Pankratov with a 1:53.60, good enough to put him in that 8th place spot. Johansson's in ninth with a 2.05.08. And Kevitov has not posted a time yet. And there's a quick shot of Johansson, and you can see that they both did the blue and yellow, representing the Swedish flag, but Sam Johansson has more blue on his boat, and Johansson has more yellow on his, differentiating the two great family of racers. Okay, you're watching the right-hand turn, that nasty little horseshoe turn. It's even more technical. Man, these guys are taking a beating in that front stretch. And that was Johansson as it came through with 5 minutes on the clock. Did that move him up? No. 1:56.03 is faster time, but not enough to move him to any further past ninth place. Andres Wisniewski right now with 10.239.19. 239.19 for Andres Wisniewski. Got to imagine that he is wanting to post a faster one. So Andres Wisniewski, that 239, I got to be thinking either he got displaced on that run or something happened with the boat. So looking for 25, boat 25, and we'll see if we can find him. Meanwhile, Sam Johansson out there up in 6th place with a 1:49.19. Oh, tapped the buoy. Ouch. Didn't dislocate him off the boat, but it definitely has an effect, and it will tend to throw you off your flow. Let's see if that affects his time. His fastest thus far for Sam was the 1:49.19. He's going to go on that inside split. Let's see if that prevents him from breaking that 1:49 mark. Again, 1:49.19 is the time he's wanting to beat. Let's see what he does. Yeah, he moved up despite the bounce. Boy, it makes you wonder what would have happened had he not tapped that buoy. He got a 1:48.47 on that lap, guys, and he moved up into 5th place. So that was a better time. There's Andres Wisniewski. Now again, 2:39.19 was his fastest time. This guy's got to really up the amplitude. He's on the right-hand side of the track, so we're going to get an opportunity to watch this laps. Again, this is the gentleman in your points lead, boat number 25. Rides for the Black Shadow team, Andres Wisniewski. And he's currently coming into this round with 104 points. And let's talk a little bit about his history. Portimao, he had a 4.5 finish. Olbia, he had a 6.3 finish. And in Qingdao, China, he had a 6.3 finish. And there is Jorgensen. Jorgensen with a 1:44.40. Wisniewski with a 1:54.14 on lap 2. And that was lap 3 that we got a chance to watch part of. Let's see if he breaks that when he comes through. I'll let you know. So Wisniewski's still in 9th. Was in 10th, so he's moved up. 1:54.14. And the times are definitely running faster in this second moto. Or excuse me, second qualifier. I called it a moto. It's a qualifier. We have 1:45 left on the clock. And you're watching Marcus Jorgensen in the outside splits. James Bushel, we wish you were here too. And Marta Sorrentino says, go my love. She is watching boat number 86. Marcus Jorgensen on 7, and that's the front stretch for him. Jorgensen moves up into 2nd with a 1:43.20, and that's his fastest time. 1:43.20 for Jorgensen, putting him in 2nd. Perez still holding the lead, a 1:41.83. All right, your top 3, Jeremy Perez, 1:41.83. Jorgensen, 1:43.20. And Abdul Razak, a 1:44.21. For Casso, a 1:45.39. And there's Molina. And he's looked really good today. A 1:48.63 with his fastest time. He's in 6th. Question's going to be, can he better that? 1:48.63. Molina's trying to better that on this run. And he goes to the outside. And we got 22 seconds left on the clock. So depending on how quickly he can get through this, this might be his last run. All right, Molina on that gas. He's still got to get into the horseshoe and the double red before he gets the time. We've got 5 seconds left on this clock, so he's either got to get in underneath that or he's got to have a good time here. Molina comes through, the red flag comes up. Is he able to go better than that 6th place? And he does. 147.14 for Molina. Great run for Miranda Molina on boat number 31. Alejandro from Spain. You're watching Jorgensen again. He's on a cruise on that one as the clock runs out. So 141.83, fastest time for Perez. Jorgensen second with a 143.20. Yosef Abdul Razak with a 144.21 in third. Fracasso in fourth with a 145.39. Alejandro Molina with a 147.14 in fifth. Sam Johansson in sixth with a 148.47. And Sam, by the way, will be the pole on the second can. So he'll be the first on the second can. And then Rasmus Hansen in seventh. Johan Johansson in eighth. Anton Pankratoff in ninth. And Wisniewski 154.14 in 10th. So he's really got to see if he could get around. Now, by the way, Wisniewski, I believe. Oh, well, that's, yeah, I don't see him anymore. Oh, well, let's see who's on the backstretch. Still got some riders coming through. I was just looking to see if Wisniewski was coming, but no, and he actually looked like the boat was going down. So that's a tough one. Andres Wisniewski not going to be close to a pole position tomorrow. He's going to be starting in 10th in that second grouping and about midway through that second grouping. So tough break for your points leader as we get ready for moto number 1 tomorrow. Meanwhile, good news for Jeremy Perez, your defending world champion. 141.83 is going to put him at the top of the block tomorrow as we get ready for moto number 1. And Marcus Jorgensen is going to be second with a 143.20. Yosef Abdul Razak with a 144.21 in third. Mateo Fracassa in fourth with a 145.39. And the gentleman rounding out that first grouping is going to be Alejandro Molina on boat number 31 with a 147.14. And then the young gun from Sweden, Sam Johansson, is going to be the first spot. 6th place is where he ended up today. He's got a 148.47. That's going to give him the pole on the second set of cans for tomorrow's first moto. And Rasmus Hansen will be right next to him. Johan Johansson right next to him in 8th. Pankratoff in 9th. Wisniewski in 10th. That is how Q2 looked for your runabout class GP1. And that is any indication of what tomorrow's going to be. We need to unlock the dynamites. It's going to be very explosive. See what I did there? Nobody's laughing. Oh, you guys are so evil. You have been watching the Grand Prix of Sharjah. This is the UIM ABP Aquabike World Championship finale. I see Pia Thurgard has joined us. Paulo Ferreira, our president from the Portuguese Federation, is here as well. Thank you so much for joining us. Podafan Sikoran has joined from Thailand. Great to have you here. And also great ride last couple of weeks. Hey, you guys, we're going to be right back with freestyle right after this.